नमस्कार। 6th बर्ड फेस्टिवल ऑफ गोवा डीडी में आपका सबका स्वागत है और हमारे साथ है आज ओडिशा के एक डेलीगेट्स। आपका नाम?
My name is R. Sital Kumari. I come from Odisha.
इस बर्ड फेस्टिवल में आपने क्या देखा और कैसे पहुँचे? रजिस्ट्रेशन किया?
All type of birds are seen in that Goa, and I'm really very happy to see the different kind of bird. And we all know the morphology of bird. I want to see different type of like male, female कौन सा bird है. तो हमारा ट्रेनर भी है, वो हमें लीड कर रहा है. I am really very happy. And my family.
कौन से बर्ड देखे आपने इधर? कौन से
हॉर्नबिल, बुलबुल और पिकॉक और क्या है?
कौन सा सब्जेक्ट लिया है आपने? कौन सा सब्जेक्ट?
मैं जियोलॉजी ऑनर्स.
जियोलॉजी. ओके, तो फिर इस बर्ड फेस्टिवल का आपको क्या यूज़ हुआ?
I think I teach something which is helpful for my study also, and I thank to Goa government because this kind of opportunity to give me, and आपको भी धन्यवाद है. And my family member is support to me, that's why I come here, and yeah.
Okay, thank you. तो ये थे हमारे साथ ओडिशा की डेलीगेट्स और ख़ास हमारे गोवा में आई थी और थैंक यू.
As we move around the 6th Bird Festival right here happening in Bondla, we're meeting a lot of birders, and one of such person is this gentleman who was part of my team. Sir, tell the viewers your name and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Prabhu and I'm from Bangalore. This is my second visit to this bird festival. I've been part of like 5th bird festival also, and this is my second one.
So Prabhu, like me, I am a novice at bird watching, right? How small were you and what created this whole interest in birds of all the species that are alive?
Initially, I started as a wildlife enthusiast. Like I was helping the Karnataka Forest Department with the crowd management during the festival seasons and all. Like what happens is like there's lots of jatres, like the occasions will be happening inside the core area of the jungle. So what we used to do is we go help the forest department with crowd management, clearing the waste and all.
Oh, interesting. So what, you were a volunteer?
Volunteering, yeah.
And that started it all off?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then I used to volunteer for the tiger census, elephant census.
Wow, Prabhu.
So then after that, gradually I shifted to bird watching.
So professionally, what are you, Prabhu?
I'm into constructions.
Interesting. So a real estate person is also into construction. Well, why not? Why not? So if I were to ask you as a birder per se, do you have any particular favorites?
You mean to say like the birds?
In the birds, yes.
Birds, there are many. Like each bird is different in species. Like they have the different habitat, the different lifestyle or something. One bird I could say is the hornbill, because they have the one single partner throughout the lifetime.
Interesting.
That's
nice.
one of the bird. So
yeah.
I really get amazed with that.
One single partner. That's what have I learned today. So Prabhu, are you a big gang of people, friends who've come down here?
No, I'm single. I have a friend from the previous year's meet.
Excellent, excellent. So today is day one of it, and thank you, Prabhu. Hope we get to walk around, seeing birds more.
Thank you.
So we are at the Bondla Zoo here, where we have the 6th bird festival that's on, and I am pleased and happy to have Mr. Paresh Parab, who is the zoo manager here at the Bondla Zoo. Paresh, I'm sure you are so very, yesterday's session was so nice, and if you could share a little few thoughts about that session.
Yeah. 6th Bird Festival, the main objective of the festival is to sensitize public towards the role birds play in the ecosystem. The ecosystem services provided by wildlife to people and community at large is something which is requiring recognition. And forest department is like a thin green line which is between the community and the forest wildlife, right? So with such type of activity, we are trying to make this thin green line bolder, and it is more visible to the community, so that people join in, and it is citizens efforts to protect and preserve what we have here. So we are making an effort. We have our field staff here who are sharing a lot of their experiences. They are sharing their knowledge, taking people inside the forest, showing them how to observe, what to observe, right? We have partner organizations who have been partnering with us, giving their expertise to all these activities. Basically, it's a very good platform to pass on a message about wildlife conservation, why we should conserve it. We want the community on one platform, so there is interaction, there is brainstorming sessions wherein people interact and talk about it and go back with as ambassadors for this rich natural heritage of Goa.
What has been the impact of now we have the 6th bird festival that's on? What has been the impact, like, of the bird festival? Is it like these 3 days you'll do something and then forget about it? But is there any feedback you get after that?
Yeah, since the first bird festival we have been improving, and if you see the delegates and participation, the activities, pre-festival activities, that shows us that we are going in the right direction, and we are getting requests from people that they want such activity in their school premises and institutes. So like this year we had a pre-festival activities which started from 6th of Jan and it went to 25th of Jan, and we targeted 7,551 students with 45 volunteers and 67 staff, field staff. So that was within 20 days we could achieve it. That's a big acknowledgement sort of, and it inspired us to deliver more.
Fantastic. So I see that a lot of response from volunteers, from student community, and I'm sure the love for birds will grow as time goes. And thank you so much for speaking to Doordarshan, Paresh.
Most welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
I'm in conversation with S. Subramanya, who is fondly known as Subbu. Subbu, thank you for talking to us.
Very nice.
What brings you here?
Friends and birds, both are equally important to me. It was friends from Goa, birdwatching friends from Goa said that, Subbu, can you come to the 6th Goa Bird Festival and speak to us about some of your work?
Yeah.
Of course, I've been watching birds from the last 45 years. My hands dabbled in so many things, so many initiatives, surveys. They wanted me to share my experiences on one of the areas that I worked.
Yeah. Now
And,
you're here. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt. You're here as an expert.
I don't know. I started birdwatching 45 years back. Even today, I feel like a beginner.
Okay.
There is so much to do, so many birds to see, and every opportunity, any occasion I come to different places, an opportunity for me to watch birds, something new. And there are a lot of lifers I am looking forward to get. So Goa always has been an amazing place because I have some very, very close bird watching friends here, and so nice to be with them and meet them. Amazing this one to be here.
Your presentation talked about looking for the SEP, tracking the SEP. Could you tell us some more, please?
Yeah, this is a project that I was involved in, wherein friends of mine said that, Subbu, the Australian Veda study group has approached us, stating that one of their birds, satellite tracked birds, has lost its way and landed up in Karnataka. Karnataka is the place where I am. I'm in Bangalore. And is it possible to go and see what the bird is doing? So I asked some of my birdwatching friends in North Karnataka, asking them to go and look for them, but nobody at the time or whatever it is. They did not do. Then I decided to go and look for the bird myself. And when I went there and looked, the bird was actually breeding. This bird had left northwestern Australia on March 4th, 2019, and flew across South China Sea, landed in Thailand, crossed about 800 kilometers of Bay of Bengal, landed in Odisha, then followed the east coast and landed in one of the islands in middle of Almaty Reservoir in North Karnataka, flying about 6,350 kilometers. And when I went and located the bird, photographed the bird, and the birds were actually breeding. Of course, this was not alone. There are 8 to 10,000 Oriental Praticos, and obviously all of them would have come from Australia. and it's something that we had never ever prepared for or expected, because in some 235 years of Indian ornithological history, nobody even ever dreamt that these oriental prating crows could be migrating across from Australia to India. We all thought that these birds are there in India, probably they are our own. This migration angle is something that we had never ever prepared for. And this my one visit of locating the bird and photographing the bird has changed the entire perspective about the species. That's something that has happened so recently. Now we know that these birds again come from Australia, breed in India, and some of them stay back in India also, but again they take a different route. This came via Thailand, but this one went back via Sri Lanka, doing some more than 7,000 kilometers dash across the Indian Ocean. Wow. It's something amazing that we could come to know about. And I wanted to share this one because I was deeply involved with the Australasian Weather Study Group. And it was something very, very spectacular. And even everybody is thrilled that there is one case of trans-flyway migration, because most of the birds that come to India, they use the Central Asian flyway. Okay. But this was a bird that was coming from East Asian, Australasian flyway into Central Asian flyway, crossing this one, and this crosses, travels between two hemispheres, southern and northern hemisphere, crosses equator twice, and does some close to about 14,000 kilometers every year. And is spending, just to spend 3 months in Australia, 3 months in India, rest of the time is traveling. It was so exciting to share about.
Yes, yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. Every aspect of life needs heroes, and these are the kinds of heroes that work with birds, making life better for them and for us, and revealing new things to us every day. So, heroes in everyday garb. Subbu, thank you so much for talking to us.
So nice to be here. Thank you.
A pleasure.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Bye.
आज हम बोंडला में हैं और यहाँ पर 6 बर्ड फेस्टिवल चल रहा है और हमारे साथ है झारखंड से आई हुई सोनी। हाय सोनी, आपका पूरा नाम?
सोनी स्निग्धा सिंह को।
ओके, और कहाँ से आई हो आप?
I actually come from southern part of Jharkhand and I belong to a tribe called as Ho. So yeah, it's very much not very popular.
ओके, हो के बारे में थोड़ा कुछ थोड़ा सा।
It's a sister tribe of Santhal. Like the president of India right now, she belongs to Santhal tribe. Okay. And Ho tribe particularly exists in the district of West Simbhum, Jharkhand, and Keonjhar district and Mayurbhanj district in Odisha. Okay, that is the only distribution.
Okay, so you came from there?
Yes, actually I put up in Bangalore for work, but my native is there, so yeah.
और यहाँ का बर्ड फेस्टिवल के बारे में थोड़ा कुछ जो एक्सपीरियंस आपका जो रहा इधर, वो कैसा था?
I think what I feel is, for me it's a big takeaway. Although I have been an independent as per my hobby, I used to go birding, but as a bird festival, this is my first time attending any festival of this sort. So I really feel I have a lot of takeaways, because like Jharkhand, as you know, is a land of forest, and it doesn't have this much awareness. What I see here, like Goa Bird Conservation Network, they have like, it's a very good platform for the public to participate into awareness programs, but which we lack. Even though I come from a tribal background, we worship like sacred groves, and which is again a contribute to a very good habitat for birds, like particularly sacred groves, because those are undisturbed, right? But what happens is people are not very much aware, which is why the diversity of birds in, like, if you see, has gone down in comparison. So I think how here the forest department along with this GBCN has collaborated, and it has really brought well awareness amongst people. That's a very, you know, something to study and something to learn from, to incorporate maybe in our place, to, you know, so that people over there can be more exposed to conversation of this sort.
कल यहाँ जो कार्यक्रम था, वर्कशॉप थे, तो वहाँ क्या देखा आपने? कुछ ऐसा कुछ सुब्रमण्यम सर का भी कुछ इसके बारे में?
हाँ, like one big thing was that, okay, sir has worked with Dr. Salim Ali, who is, you know, the father of Indian birds, and the second big thing what I learned from after listening to him, what I took away is Sir, being a entomologist in profession, he took whatever time out of his profession he gave into ornithology, completely studying birds and documenting them. So that's something a person who want to pursue or excel in passion, I think that is commendable, because today he is retired and even then contributing effortlessly to the Department of Forest for the conservation help. I think that's something without, it's nothing for his self gain, but he is giving the service right now completely. So I think that's a big takeaway. Yeah.
धन्यवाद सोनी जी।
Thank you
और
so
ये थी
much.
सोनी जी हमारे डीडी के लिए।
Thank you so
धन्यवाद।
much. Thank you.
So while speaking to some of our birders, one thing that has definitely come to a conclusion is birding sometimes can't be just a mild, camera in your pocket kind of hobby, right? To get that precious moment, you need those lenses. You may see that once in a lifetime opportunity in a bird, you need the camera to click it. So today we are here. Look at the size of this, Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
Hi, Alex over here.
Alex, tell me about these beauties that you have. Alex is very popular.
This is basically one of the best in class when it comes to birding and wildlife. It is a 600 mm f4 lens. Also has got the 1.4 TZ, which means it has got a teleconverter inbuilt.
Okay.
So birds can easily bring you home with this.
So in a layperson's term, this size lens means distance, right? You can capture.
Yes.
So
very far.
if you were to give me distance, and we know our feet, we know our meters, how many meters can I capture?
Just keep it very simple.
Okay, yes, please. Very simple is what we need.
It completely depends upon the size of the subject.
Okay, obviously, yes.
So if you're shooting a small bird with a 600 mm, definitely the magnification will be less.
Less.
Whereas you're shooting a big bird, like let's say you're shooting a darter or you're shooting a flamingo, right? With a 600 mm, the magnification will be more. So it doesn't depend what is the focal length. It completely depends how close you are to the bird.
Okay.
Based on that, it also gives you the magnification.
So now in terms of how technology is developing, what about transfer of images? What is about size of image? About transferring,
In your simple language, this is equivalent to machine gun, even faster than that.
Really?
Isn't it?
Okay.
So how many frames per second?
It can shoot all the way up to 120 frames per second.
120 frames per second. Okay, so it's a combination of the great glass and a body, and it is a 50 megapixel full frame sensor, which means even after clicking, if you still wanted to zoom it further, crop it, you can even bring the moon with this.
Amen.
So click it, you can still crop it.
Great, Alex.
So,
they say boys and their toys. So
these are the 3 lenses which is most popular in the Nikon lineup. This is a 100-400, which is more popular for beginners as well as professionals. So this will give you the ability from 100 millimeter to 400 millimeter.
Okay.
Where this is more focused only for birding and wildlifers, which is 400 mm, and this is a monster.
Wow, it is a monster.
Yeah.
So Alex, on display over here is, of course, this is a requirement for every birder, right?
Exactly.
Your eyes don't deceive you, but yes, to get better clarity, this is what you have. So tell us a little bit about your binoculars. What's different from others that we might have?
Okay, so in binoculars also we have different qualities in the optics, right? What makes any particular equipment very special is the vision that you're going to get through it. Okay. So with the better binoculars you get a better brightness, real to life colors, right? There is a term called as chromatic aberration.
Okay.
So when you use a good quality binoculars, these chromatic aberrations are at a very minimal level, because of which you are able to see a very crisp, clear and sharp image.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And in binoculars also we have couple of variants. So this is the one which I'm holding is a 7x50 binocular. The one over here is a 10x50 binocular, and this one is a
more
16x50.
magnification.
So the earlier number which I'm talking about, 10x, 16x, 15x, this is the magnification that you have on the binocular.
Oh.
Right?
And
So
this is one of the most popular for children and everyone.
Oh, so in the
You can start with this.
hierarchy of your binoculars, it starts from this and
from
it goes.
8 it goes all the way up to 22.
Wow. Wow. And likewise your camera lenses as well, right? So
Plenty. So we brought only certain models which is the
Mainly
most
used
popular
for
for
birding and
birding and wildlife.
okay.
I would like to mention over here, this is a one special purpose lens which we call it as a macro lens.
Okay.
This particular lens is mainly used to capture insects.
Insects. Oh, so
Insects,
that
yeah.
minuscule
Yeah,
you
that
can.
minuscule creature, you can go get in very closer and then you can shoot a real to life image on this
Interesting.
particular lens. That's one.
Wow.
So if you ask about lenses, there is
It's-
hundreds of lenses
yes.
available. So
You cannot stop at one, right? If once you're into it,
Exactly.
Alex.
So there are
Based on the
different
genre
sort of
based on the
genre
genre that
of
you're shooting.
shooting.
Like in wildlife also we have insects, we have birds, we have mammals, right?
Correct.
So for every particular thing you need a different sets of glasses.
Sure. Alex, I'm not too sure whether I'll ever become a photographer, but may I have the opportunity to actually hold one?
Certainly, please. Sir.
Yes? Wow, check this out. Gosh, it may be weighing as not very heavy though, but
these are the new generation lenses.
yeah.
They use the artificial fluoride, which brings
Excellent.
down the weight.
Look at this. A bazooka, if you were to call it, bazooka in cameras. And oh yes. Gosh, it appears like it's just out over here. Thank you very much, Alex.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Be careful with your toys. All right, all the best. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
हे जावन आसा 6th फेस्टिवल ऑफ बर्ड फेस्टिवल गोंयचे आमचे आनी आमी बोंडला आसा हांगासर आनी हो जावन आसा हांगसरलो एक स्टॉल मेडिकल स्टॉल आनी हांगा डिफरंट मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स आसा आनी आमच्या बरोबर आसा अशोक वेलीप. हॅलो सर, आमकां मातशे मेडिसिनल प्लांट्सा बद्दल सांगता म्हणजे कितले मेडिसिनल प्लांट स्पेशीस आसा तुमचे?
सध्या आमी 52 वरायटी हाडलेली आहा पूण आमची नर्सरी 180 वरायटी आसा मेडिसीन प्लांटाच्यो.
ओके. आनी मेडिसिनल प्लांट म्हणजे कशें म्हणून कितें यूज जाता? पानाचो, मुळाचो, फळाचो?
पानाचो यूज जाता, पानाचो यूज जाता, फ्रुट्साचो यूज जाता आनी तेजे सगळे पार्ट्सा यूज जाता.
आतां हांगासर तुमी मेडिसिनल प्लांट दवरला तातूंत खंयचे चडशे यूज जाता मेडिसिनल हितून आतां सद्या?
सध्या शेतावरी चड यूज जाता.
शेतावरी कित्या खातीर?
डायबिटीज खातीर आनी आनेडीस प्रॉब्लम आसा तेजे खातीर यूज जाता.
ओके. आनी ते म्हाका दिसता कॅन्सर पेशंटा खातीर
हो पातपणो सावर सोप हेजे
ओके.
पानां यूज जाता, फ्रुट्स यूज जाता. कॅन्सर वाडची न्हू म्हण, कॅन्सर सामकें बरो जायना पूण वाडपा जायना म्हण.
ओके. आनी ही जी आसा न्हू हे म्हाका ल्हान आसतना याद जाता की आमी झरोवन एकामेकाक लायताली गरम जातना एका कितें म्हणटा?
कायदीव.
कायरी. ओके. आनी हेचो यूज कितें?
यूज गॅस प्रॉब्लेम खातीर आनी तेजी तज्ञ आसना हेजी भाजी करून खावपाची.
भाजी आतां अवेलेबल आसा हांगा?
आतां न्हू पावसाक दिसा मेळटा सिजनाक बारीक.
आतां ही जितली तुमी हांगा प्लांट्स दवरल्या ती गोंयानूच आसा काय गोंया भायर?
सगळी गोंयची
ही सगळी गोंयची. आनी सपोज आमकां गोंयान ही जाय जाल्यार मागीर आमी खंय कोणाक कॉन्टॅक्ट
आमची
करपाचें?
फॉरेस्ट नर्सरी सांगे, वाळपय, पणजे
ओके.
आनी तिस्क्यार.
आनी हे कसले झाड?
हे सातंगी हे कॅन्सरा खातीर यूज आसा आनी डायबिटीज मागीर पेशंटाक यूज जाय जरोवपाचें आनी पिवन दिवपाक पेशंटाक.
चडशे कोण फार्मर्स व्हरता तुमचे प्लांट्स?
चड अशे फार्मर.
ओके. आनी त्या भायर कोणाक अशे तुमी प्लांट्स
आनीक झंडू फार्मासी तांकां ते येता व्हरपाक.
आनी गव्हर्मेंटान कितें सबसिडीज बीन कितें दिला स्पेशल प्लांट्सा खातीर? खंयची प्लांट्स?
पिपली, स्टिविया, कोकम हेचेर सबसिडी दिला.
ओके. कित्या खातीर? तेंचो यूज कितें?
तेंची यूज पिपली आसा ती डायजेशन जावपा खातीर, डायबिटीसा कंट्रोल जावपा खातीर तेजी पिपलीची. आनीक स्टिविया आसा ती डायबिटीज खातीर.
ओके. तर हे आशिल्ले एक स्टॉल ल्हानसो मेडिसिनल प्लांट्साचो आनी खरेंच मेडिसीन एक खूब यूज आसा की आमकां ते बरें आनी हेल्दी दवरपाक आनी आमची नॅचरल आसा. सो थँक्यू. देव बरें करूं आमच्या DD नेटवर्काक आसून. थँक्यू. धन्यवाद.
As you can see, we're in beautiful surroundings, and with me is someone who is a keen birder. He was on my team. We had a walk this morning starting at 6:30 a.m. I was going to say bright and early, but it was quite dark at the time, so I'm going to ask him to introduce himself.
Good morning. My name is Chandan. I'm from Mysore, presently staying in Mangalore. I'm a banker by profession, and wildlife, bird census, bird count, anything into wildlife is my hobby.
How lovely. Have you been here before?
Yeah, I was part of the 5th Goa Bird Survey also, Goa Bird Festival.
Goa Bird Festival. You talked something about avian counts?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit more?
I've been part of the many surveys is going on pan-India, bird surveys. It's called basically bird survey. I've been to Navaradehi Wildlife Sanctuary bird survey, been to Nagarhole, Bandipur, Khana Tiger Reserve bird survey and all.
What's the difference between an avian survey and the bird festival?
A survey is basically a population count, population of the bird, the species count, as well as the number of birds in the same species, kind of. And we also tag along the, we use eBird app for tagging the birds. We get the location, different routes, and all. This basically is, Bird Festival is basically celebration of the conservation activity done in the past 1 year, let's say for this matter, from 5th to 6th. What are the things we have done in showcasing something on what the conservation activities, as well as the bird trails, introducing new people to the birding community.
Okay.
That's how the Bird Festival goes.
Okay. Have you been to bird festivals anywhere else in the country?
Yeah, we had a bird festival in Mysore. I was part of it. We had a bird festival in Ankasamudra, which is near to Hospet. I was part of that bird festival, and many bird surveys.
And how do you compare what you get to see there with what you get to see in Goa?
Now, for both bird surveys and bird festival, there will be birding trials.
Great.
That's common. We will be sighting the bird. I personally log into the eBird app also, my sightings for that matter. It's a personal thing. Otherwise, this is more of a celebration. That is more serious into bird count, number of species, the photographic record, and end of the bird survey, 2 months down the line, they will be publishing a report wherein the total sightings, total bird count in that particular area, and what conservation activities needs to be done to increase the bird count, and all that will be there in the report.
Okay. Any favorite birds that you have, especially when you come to Goa, those you look out for?
Goa, Indian paradise flycatcher,
kingfishers,
oriental dwarf kingfisher is available only in this particular region as such, endemic to this particular region. I love that. Kingfishers, Indian roller, starlings, many favorite, pheasant, jacana.
Great. Thank you so much for speaking to us. There you have it, dear viewers. Another thing that you should think about coming to Goa for. It's not just sun, sand and surf. There's so much more, and birding is one of them. Hello dear viewers, and welcome to the 6th Bird Festival in Goa. We are here in the quadrangle, the sunny quadrangle, where we've got a variety of stalls and different organizations that are here to educate visitors to the Bird Festival. And with me is Aditya from, as you can see, World Wildlife Fund. Aditya, hi, thank you for speaking to us.
Pleasure.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you're here?
Okay, so we belong to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, which is the world's largest conservation organization, and we work for the sustainability and the coexistence of human beings with nature. So we strive for that. That's our mission. So we are here today, to promote the bird life in our country, and also especially draw attention towards the illegal trade that is going on with the birds. So we are presenting a lot of posters here. We are giving them out for free to students and the participants of the festival, so that there is an awareness, because people usually when they think of birds, they think of some that the birds are in the wild and nobody goes to disturb them, but there's also a very big aspect of illegal trade that happens in birds. For example, there are owls which are used for as sacrifice in northern India during the Diwali festival. Then there are other birds which are kept as pets. So we want to draw attention of people to this. So we are here.
Okay, great. So what does your Goa office deal with?
So at Goa, because we are so close to the sea, we work on the marine environment. So we work on the coral reefs around Goa, in the southern Maharashtra. We also work on the marine turtles, cetaceans, which are dolphins, whales. We also work on, we have recently started working on the marine plastics, because that is one of the biggest problem that is facing the nature, and without solving that issue, nothing substantial can be done to help the nature. So those are some of the things we work on.
Okay, and I believe you've got something specific to birds happening right now with your Goa office as well?
Yes, so our office is located at Miramar, and we have exhibition of raptors which is going on. So raptors are the birds of prey, and this is the first time that such exhibition is happening in India. and we are focusing on around 60 plus species of raptors.
Okay.
So I urge the viewers to come and visit the exhibition. We are located right behind the Goa Science Center.
Okay.
So it will be a pleasure to host you all.
Great. Now, vultures are amongst raptors, right?
Yes.
And we know that they are an endangered species in India. So what is it that you've been seeing with relation to this bird over the last few years? Is there a good story out there?
Okay. So vultures, as you know, they used to be found in large numbers in the past, but recently because of the use of because they used to feed on animal carcasses.
Correct.
So during the past few years, what has happened is we have started using modern medicines like painkillers in cattle, which have resulted in the mortality of vultures because they are not used to this. It's poisonous for the vultures.
Okay.
So that's why they have been dying in large numbers. But there are efforts now. WWF has started in 2019 to work on the conservation of vultures through our Raptors Conservation Program. And we are focusing on the nest monitoring, the monitoring of the wild population, their nests. Also, we are supporting organizations which are doing the captive breeding and captive rearing of vultures, so that in the future they can be released in the wild.
Okay.
And in Goa also we plan to start the work on raptors.
Okay. So that's all wonderful work, because it's so many species that humans have contributed to their extinction towards. You're looking at bringing them back. What does it take for you personally to be a part of this story? How do you come to choose to do something like this?
So it's passion, So it's something we liked from childhood. We have been what WWF has been part of our childhood. We have been always encouraged by WWF, and that's how we came into this nature conservation space and started, looking. We started just like this. Somebody would give us some posters or some books. We used to look at them. We used to get inspired. Then slowly we came into bird watching, and then now slowly we have started to work on the marine aspect. So it's like a growing thing, So all the people who are coming into the nature conservation space, they come through a similar kind of a line,
Okay. Well, I can see that you've got some lovely posters over here. Can people take these? Are these educational?
Yes. So we encourage people to take this. These are all free. So right now we are giving them one per person. But if they are left over, we'll give quite a lot on Sunday.
Okay. Great. So if you are coming to the Bird Festival, please come and visit this stall. I can see some really beautiful posters, and I know exactly which one I'm going to take away with me after this meeting. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Okay. All right, with me at the 6th Goa Bird Festival are David and Belinda Trotter. And just as their surname goes, they are really globe trotters, but one of the places that they love to be around the globe is Goa. So welcome to the Bird Festival, and tell me, how long have you all been in Goa and how much do you love Goa?
Well, we've been in Goa, we've been coming to Goa now for nearly 20 years. The Bird Festival, we love it very much because this is the 4th consecutive year that we've been here. We really enjoy it. It's now become part of our annual calendar. We really look forward to it.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, of these bird festivals, what have been the wonderful experiences that you have had in Goa?
I think that meeting everybody, the community, the birding community are so friendly, so knowledgeable, passing on their knowledge and just sharing everything. And say we also go on the monthly bird walks, and then it all accumulates in the annual one as well. I think it's a community thing. People of all ages come and share knowledge and learn, so it's just it's great. Yeah, we love it.
Yes.
And you're out in nature, of course.
Absolutely. What else have you learned through the Goa Bird Conservation Network, which you all are happy to be a part of?
What have we learned? I think one of the things that you learn fairly quickly is that, as the speaker said this morning, birds are a very good indicator of the ecology of the surroundings. If the surrounding woodland or forestry or wetlands is not in good condition, there won't be many birds. If there are a lot of birds, you know that you're doing well with the ecology. Well, you need signs like that to show that things are going well. More importantly, maybe to show that things are going badly and you can do something about it.
Belinda, what would you say about the behavior of humans vis-a-vis birds or animals? I mean, whether it's in the UK or in this part of the world?
Humans can always behave better. As a species, we're very badly behaved. But I think the more people participate in things like this, the more they more learn to appreciate nature and the birds around them. So it's a huge learning curve. And as long as somebody starts at the bottom, eventually they'll go up and behave better and care for the world a little better. So this can't be a bad thing at all.
Yeah. You told me a bit earlier that you all are retired, but I guess not tired.
That's absolutely right. Not tired yet.
Yeah. So where else have you all been other than the UK and Europe and this part of the world?
All over the world.
So tell us a little about your experiences.
Well, we're very much into mammals as well as birds. So we've done safaris, both birding ones and mammal ones in Africa.
We've just come back recently from Borneo.
Yes.
So we've seen birds there, especially the hornbills.
Yes.
Very, very important there. And we've also been in New Zealand, Tasmania. So we've covered quite a lot of the world.
So one or two unforgettable experiences that immediately come to your mind?
Well, we've been to Borneo twice. So that we did it the first time as a trip of a lifetime and we thought this is great. But then we thought it's not enough, we have to go back. And that was great. But being in Goa, we're here and we stay here most of the time. And it's on our doorstep here. So it's just wonderful in Goa, isn't it?
Yeah. And final question, or maybe second last question. You all have been to so many places around the world. You all have met a lot of people. You all have eaten a lot of food. So in that part of life, how has been the experience?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think people agree with me as well. The Goan people, Goan food, I think come right at the top of anywhere in the world. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so friendly, and we've tasted multi-cuisines everywhere, and we come back here for some Goan good fish curry rice.
All right. So have a lovely time in Goa
Thank you.
and in India as a whole, and have a great time at this Bird Festival as well.
I'm sure.
Thank
we
you,
will.
David and Belinda, for talking to us.
Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you.